Well, it was Denver's biggest snowstorm in nearly 20 years, and it will be a few more days before everything gets back to normal.
Several school districts, including Adams 12 and Boulder Valley, are closed entirely again tomorrow. The Denver public schools among those moving to all remote learning for the day. Today's snow day extended into the evening. People were sledding at sunset in Denver's Central Park area. The hill is near the old Stapleton Airport Control Tower, and there you can see it right there in the background. Abandoned vehicles littered the streets and highways today. Some drivers who rolled the dice and ventured out yesterday had to call for help after getting stranded. For some, historic snow is an opportunity to take on new challenges. How's this for a Colorado scene? Copter 4 over Red Rocks, where you can see ski tracks going down the bleachers. Well, a spokesperson tells us skiing on the rocks is against the rules, and security escorted those thrill seekers out. Skiing, though, is absolutely allowed on Jefferson County's Green Mountain. We saw plenty of people with their skis climbing up that big hill. Great exercise. We have team coverage of the storm's aftermath tonight. Tori Mason talked with people still stranded at DIA. Connor McHugh was there as people recovered those abandoned cars. Want to begin, though, with Alan Gionet in Denver. Alan, a tough day for people digging out.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, Jim. You know, and as the temperatures drop tonight, we can expect some of the side streets to be icing over. Those residential plows, as they're called, that run the side streets don't carry de-icing material. So if there are ruts left behind, temperature goes down, things get harder. Add snow tomorrow, could get even more difficult. Shovelful after shovelful. Cecil Robinson dug himself out of snow nearly as heavy as rocks along Bruce Randolph Boulevard.
It is, especially the day after. It's really heavy. But you got to get to work.
In the Central Park neighborhood, plows were scarce, side streets undone. Alleys, which are the responsibility of the HOA, for some inaccessible.
It was very drifted here. I mean, it was probably hip deep.
Susan Moreland and her husband parked behind their home. You have a car back there.
Yes, but we didn't get out.
Denver's smaller plows run single lanes up the side streets. In some parts of town where the sun seemed to hit more, things were looking better.
Once Dave's been on it for a couple hours, it turns to slush and it's easy to move.
Although his plow even got stuck at one point in South Denver, there was plenty to shovel.
You know you're a Coloradoan when you're in your shorts or short sleeves and shoveling snow.
The reaction from a man named Jim Brenneman.
I don't have any complaints. You take it in stages, especially for an old geezer.
Across the street, children played and bargained for another day off.
Our backyard is full of stuff. We haven't even shoveled it yet.
Whoa, who's going to do that work?
Me.
You're going to do all the shoveling?
Yeah.
Moms were enjoying it. A little piece of normal, maybe?
Little piece of normal, yeah. Yeah, it's really good.
Maybe a little bit of a breather from COVID over the past year with this snowstorm. Now, tomorrow, of course, the trouble comes back with potential new difficulty with some of these side streets. You have to think about what could happen on side streets that have taller buildings. They got more shade today, not as much sun, not as much melting. Tomorrow, maybe more trouble. Karen and Jim, back to you. I'm Alan Gionet, covering Colorado First.